guys, in this episode of Flammy's Thoughts On, I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts on the recent Doctor Who New Year's special, Eve of the Daleks. And yes, I know I didn't do a review of the final episode of the Flux 6-parter, but frankly, I don't even watch it. I didn't feel like watching it because, if I remember, I think I got spoiled about some bullshit and just didn't really feel like watching that final episode because of the possibilities of what it was going to give us. But it actually didn't give us shit. So when I found out that the watch, which I was hoping to at least give us some information about the previous lives of the Doctor and just give us something to make this shitty retcon matter and be justified, because they haven't justified it in any way until this point. But no, they just kind of pushed it to the side and it doesn't matter. So I was like, why should I fucking review this episode if it's gonna be so nonsensical and it's not gonna give a shit about anything? It was a bad episode. But this one, Eve of the Daleks, people actually showed a lot of praise for it, so I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And yeah, it was better. It was kinda along the same lines of what War of the Sontarans and Village of the Angels was. But I would still put it underneath those two. For me, out of Jodie's best episodes, I would rate them Village of the Angels, War of the Sontarans, and Eve of the Daleks. Because this was overall a fun episode with a neat concept and entertaining sets of characters. But frankly, the characters that were introduced in this episode were more entertaining than the main cast of this show, aka Jodie, John Bishop, and Mandeep Gill. I just don't care about Yas. I'm sorry. The Doctor in the form of Jodie, I mean, she was not annoying in this episode, so that's the thing, I guess. Dan got a really cool scene, which is actually one of the reasons why I decided to check out the episode, because I saw the scene on YouTube and I was like, okay, this episode actually seems kind of cool. And in that scene in which he's kind of talking to the Dalek and he says to him, "Took you long enough," really felt like the writers were embracing the Evil Dan meme. That definitely felt like something Evil Dan would say, which is the best meme I've ever seen from Doctor Who, by the way. So I really like that scene, and it's a shame that it was only like a small scene that was really fun like that, but Dan is still the best companion of the Jodie era for sure. But in this episode, I did like the new female character whose name I have no idea about. She was really good and really entertaining and really enjoyable, you know. Nick, I mean, he was not bad, but I don't know if I really care about him too much. Although, one thing I want to bring up about him, and I really hope this doesn't come off racist in any way, but why do all the black people in Jodie's era all have kind of the same feel to them? They feel like black people from the CW, you know? Because like before we've had black characters and I've enjoyed them a lot, but I don't know, like to me Nick, and even like if you go back to the previous two seasons, Ryan, I literally forgot his name, they just look like what black guys in the CW look like. Like what, for example, if you guys are familiar with The Flash in its current form, there's a character called Chester who is this hipster black, who is a hipster black guy kind of thing. And Nick really seems like that very much. Like, I don't know, something about the way they are kind of bothers me. And again, I hope that doesn't come off as racist, because it's not their blackness that bothers me. It just bothers me the way they're making them. It's just kind of this modern CW feel that I don't like. But that is also can also apply to Doctor Who as a whole. It feels too much like a CW show. I don't know why Chibnall thought that was a good idea to make the show like that, because it had a really cool identity that was unique to itself before that, but they did. Yeah, that's something that has been bothering me. And again, if you put it on a list of things that has been bothering me about the era of Chibnall, this is going to be pretty low, but it is an issue that I just thought about and I just wanted to mention. And again, I hope that doesn't come off as racist. I don't mean it to be racist. It's not the blackness that bothers me. I want to reiterate that. It's just the specific kind of black people that Chibnall seems to be writing that bothers me. And also the way they make them look uh, uh, feels like annoyingly hipstery. I don't know. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. I don't know. I want more down-to-earth and grounded black people. And I feel like we haven't gotten that, really. I want somebody like Mickey Smith, you know? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Or Martha. They didn't have this feel that the black people in the Chibnall era have. But yeah, like I said, this is like a minor complaint overall. So yeah, this was a fun episode with a cool concept in the form of Groundhog Day, and I'm surprised that Doctor Who hadn't done this concept before. Even in like New Who, maybe they've done it in Classic Who, but I'm surprised they didn't do it in New Who. At least I can't think of. But even then, at the end of the day, it didn't feel as fun and as engaging as Flux. It felt a little bit kind of like a midpoint between the blandness and boringness of Series 11 and 12 and the somewhat exciting at times of the Series 13. So yeah, that's kind of where I would put it between season. It's like worse than the best episodes of Series 13 and the Jodie era, but it's better than others. Like, there was nothing annoying about it. Like, there was no canon breaking crap or anything. So I could enjoy it like a standalone episode, and it was fun. I definitely wouldn't mind rewatching it, but I don't know if I really would want to, you know. But yeah, overall, a really fun episode. In terms of a rating for this one, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.1 out of 10. But I am curious, what do you guys think about this episode? Because a lot of people seem to enjoy it a lot. And yeah, the fact that it wasn't bogged down by bullshit from the Flux crap definitely made it more enjoyable and feel like a more complete episode. But yeah, it still felt kind of bland and lame at times and overstretched more than it should have been. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about this episode? Comment down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 2 patrons on Patreon, Omari Bridgman and Deadpool. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me and have continued to support me for such a long time. I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair,
I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything, and that kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say.
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in another way, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!